So, here we are, hours later. Finally, we got the update notice, and surprise, surprise, it's not just Blue Merlin coming out, it's actually Valenti as well, which is kind of unexpected. I figured they were going to try to keep her sort of, for the next week or something like that. Dog noises. Anyways, so we have Earthshaker Weapon Researcher Valenti coming out, Blue Merlin coming out, Eve of 100 Day Celebration update, check-in event, able to receive 11 times draw tickets for the Frozen Time Step-Up event to commemorate 100 days with the 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. I'm wondering if Valenti is going to be on the same step-up with Merlin, because if so, that would be actually pretty good if you would be able to pull her with these free tickets. Obviously, just because, it would be nice to be able to get her without having to spend a whole lot of gems, because unless you really want Valenti, the Blue Merlin's really not worth even trying to summon on the banner without using the tickets. So if you're thinking about getting Valenti, maybe spend some gems if you have extra gems or diamonds left over. But honestly, I feel like a lot of people went really hard with Blue Demon Meliodas. So you maybe want to just save or whatever, because I'm pretty sure within the next couple of weeks or so we're probably going to end up getting Blue Lilia at some point. So it would probably be worth it just to save for her instead of spending any sort of diamonds or anything on this. Just worry about trying to use the draw tickets if you can. So after that, Frozen Time Step-Up banner. Get new hero Infinity Great Mage Merlin, guaranteed. Collect enough loyalty points to get Leonis Princess Elizabeth and a Tavern outfit for her. So this is the 100 Day Celebration outfit. I don't think they're going to show a picture of it or anything like that, not as far as I know. Dang, this is actually a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. But her outfit actually looks really cool. But this is Green Elizabeth, she's actually pretty useful. So getting a dupe of her actually isn't going to be that bad. She's really helpful on a lot of events and stuff like that where you need to keep your team alive for longevity and stuff like that. So she's pretty good. Next thing is Tavern theme changes. So this is kind of interesting. Period after the 6.2 maintenance until 6.23 to be announced in a separate notice. Details. Appearance of the Tavern will be changed to the 100 Day Celebration theme. Walls, bar, cake, tables, gifts, and the counter. If you change the decorations, you will not be able to change them back to the 100-day anniversary theme. Okay, that's kind of interesting. So if you already have anything bought, I'm pretty sure I have the shelves in the kitchen bought. I guess if I were to change those, if they get changed from the 100-day celebration stuff, I won't be able to change it back to the 100-day celebration things. So that's kind of interesting. The 100-day celebration furniture does not come with any special perks. However, the furniture with the effects will come at a later time. Okay, so apparently one thing that they got during the 100-day celebration event on JP was there was a keg that you could get that would actually extend your raid timers from 1 hour to 3 hours. And this was a really big thing that people really liked. So I guess we're not going to be getting that right as soon as this drops tomorrow. But then again, they did say that this was part 1 in the previous notice, so maybe they'll do or add some more stuff with the part 2 of the celebration. So I'm not completely sure, but hopefully we'll get it then, because apparently that's a really nice keg to have. So new features: patrol system. Clear the Chapter 5, Episode 45, The Goat Sin of Lust, joins up quest. Tap the battle button and you will find the new patrol content. You will be able to obtain clearer tickets, cooking ingredients, awakening material chests, and more. Heroes on patrol can still be used in other content. So I kind of relate this to when I used to play Dragon Ball Legends. They had pretty much a similar system where you could go on dispatches or journeys or whatever. I forget exactly what they're called in Legends, but you can basically just pick certain heroes to go on. Most of the time, the different kinds of missions would have specific heroes that it would want you to use. In that game, it would want you to use specific colored heroes or heroes from different sagas of Dragon Ball or whatever. But I'm not sure if they're going to be quite as in-depth with this or not. I don't know exactly how it works. But you're basically just going to dispatch a couple of heroes or whatever to go out, and you'll get these rewards or whatever from finishing them. And obviously they have some sort of a little timer that it'll take them X amount of time to go out and complete the dispatch or the patrol or whatever, and then they'll come back. You'll get the rewards, and then you can you can normally in games you can do more than one at a time. I don't know for sure, but I would imagine you would be able to. I don't see why you wouldn't. Apparently, the big deal in this game is that you can only use 5 skip tickets or clear tickets at a time, which I think is kind of weird, but it's whatever, really. It's as long as you get it, like, it's still a nice option to have. So, clear ticket system, clear the chapter, and you will be able to use clear tickets. You can use can be used for boss battles, free stages, and Fort Solgris battles. Clear tickets can also consume the relevant stamina, so they still take your stamina. It's not just basically like a free pass to use on anything, but it is just kind of like a nice way to skip through like the loading screens and having to auto battle through certain stuff if you have the clear tickets to use on it. So I'll probably be using this on some of my Fort Solgris stuff or anything like that, just because it takes a while to get through some of those events and everything every day. This is new though. Forum and social media links. Forum and social media platform buttons will be displayed in the Tavern, and battle excludes battle in real-time screens. So I guess in the bottom right underneath on top of your chat icon, you'll be able to click that, and I would assume this is the forums. You'll be able to go to their Facebook page or their YouTube page and check for new kinds of content and stuff like that. So potentially you wouldn't even need to go and like look at anybody's videos for these updates or anything like that if you currently don't have a way to get to this, like if you don't have a computer or anything, or you just don't have a phone that supports being able to do this, which I don't know, I'm not sure. You should be able to check this either way, but it's just ease of access. Like, you'll be able to get to this stuff a lot easier from inside the game now, which is kind of cool if you're into that sort of thing. Consecutive equipment draw and auto salvage, able to consecutively draw equipment. So this is the equipment draw screen where you can go and you can spend 200,000 gold to draw for different kinds of equipment pieces and stuff like that. I know you can get awakening stones and anvils out of that. You're going to be able to consecutively do that now, which is kind of nice because, I mean, once you've saved up a lot of money, that the draw equipment thing is a really nice way to get certain perks if you don't feel like just grinding out tons and tons and tons of equipment and just salvaging it over and over again. But now you're going to be able to do that, and you'll be able to automatically salvage the equipment as you draw, which I've seen somebody do it earlier today on the JP side of things because they've already got this feature, but apparently it's just going to put like a little box or whatever in the top left, and it's going to show you how much storage space you have and then how much equipment space you have, and as it rolls it's going to it's going to put everything up on the screen. Anything that's already like a storage equipment or like a storage item such as awakening stones or anvils or anything like that is immediately going to go into your inventory, like your storage, and then any equipment is automatically going to get broken down, and you'll just get the awakening stones and the little orange stones or whatever that you need to upgrade. I don't know if those are still called awakening stones or not, but it's basically just going to shoot those straight into your inventory, so you won't have to worry about that. Able to auto or adjust the auto salvage settings beforehand in the consecutive draw settings. So you're going to be able to make it to where it'll automatically salvage, certain types of gear, whether it be, you can sort it by rarity or just different kinds of stuff like that, and make sure it's not, salvaging anything you want to keep. So there's a lot of settings and everything. You'll be able to check that out whenever it comes out tomorrow. Stat buff applied based on account combat class. The stat buff will be applied in all battle contents. Ability to check heroes' equipment. I'm not really sure what this is saying, honestly. This screenshot was taken from the test server. So there's a new button. Oh, okay, and you'll be able to see what bonuses people have. I got you. Ability to check heroes' equipment. Stat buff will be applied in all battle contents. So I guess if you hit this button right here, you can see that these people on their box have attack, defense stats from their equipment, I guess. I'm not positive on that, but that's what it looks like to me. Veronica buff improvements. Tavern guest. Veronica will arrive as a guest after clearing Chapter 3, Episode 25, Capital of the Dead. Can invite her to the tavern once a week for free. I thought you could already do this once a day for free. I don't know. Maybe that's not a buff? Ongoing buff. Veronica's buff will be applied at all times after clearing Chapter 7, Episode 122, Druid's Sacred Lands. Veronica will no longer arrive as a guest after this update and cannot be invited. Okay, so I guess you'll automatically... From the way this sounds, it sounds like as a new player, once you reach Chapter 3, Episode 25, and you beat that chapter, or you beat that episode, you're going to be able to start inviting Veronica once a week to sell stuff for a 20% increase. But if you've already completed, like if you keep going and you complete Chapter 7, Episode 20, or 122, she'll no longer be able to be invited, and you're just automatically going to sell stuff for 20% increase anyways. That's what it sounds like. I would assume that's what it means, which is actually pretty cool. I like that a lot. Obviously, with me already being past this chapter and this episode, that's going to be really nice because it is really tedious to have to go and invite Veronica, and then you have to go to a town and buy the food that she wants, or you have to go and make it if you have the materials for it. Then you have to go back to your tavern, and then you have to gift it to her just to hear her be like, oh, blah, 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 I'm Veronica, and I'm Meanie Head. And then you have to go all the way back into town again, and then go back to the material shop just to sell your stuff. It's kind of a tedious process, and I normally end up holding off on doing it until I save up a whole bunch of chests just because I hate doing it every day. So that's kind of a nice little, quality of life improvement. It's kind of cool. New bundles. Main bundles, Eve of 100 Day Celebration bundle, the Weapon Researcher costume set, so this is the Valenti stuff, because she's Weapon Researcher Valenti. Special Equipment bundle, Diamond Step Up bundles, steps 1 through 3. Not sure what that is. Discount bundles, Discount Upgrade bundle, Discount Evolution bundles 1 and 2, Discount Enhancement bundle, Discount Gold bundle, Discount Equipment bundle, Discount Part 1 SSR Hero bundle. I'm not really sure what any of that is, but I mean, some of it's kind of self-explanatory, but I kind of wonder about that. I'm assuming they're probably going to be doing Part 2 tickets starting somewhat soonish, because we're already getting kind of into the Part 2 sort of content, but I don't know. Miscellaneous. You can do it bundles 1 and 2 display time changes. Before appears for 24 hours. Faster animation speeds when enhancing equipment and changing stats. This is very nice. A lot of people really hate how long it takes for enhancing equipment and changing stats and stuff like that, and I can completely understand because it's a very tedious process. So they're upgrading that. They're making it a lot faster. The animation speeds when increasing or when enhancing equipment or changing stats one at a time remain the same. Okay, so it's basically only for consecutive stuff. Like if you're doing it to where it's consecutively going to upgrade up to like a +5 piece of equipment or something like that, it's going to do it a lot faster. Whereas if you just do a single, it's going to do the old slower animation. Changes to the default settings of the consecutive enhanced system. Will add a continue feature for main stages. Consumes 3 diamonds. Ew, I don't like those. I really hate when games have an option to where you can accidentally hit, continue if you fail on a regular old, stage, like a free stage or like a story stage or something like that. One of the other games that I used to have did that, and they ended up moving it at some point, and it was right in the way of where you would normally not do that, and people were accidentally spending a lot of currency on that, and it was really annoying. But I don't know. Hopefully this isn't gonna create that issue. We'll add clear ticket rewards in the daily tasks. So I guess there's going to be a new daily task, or no, one of the daily tasks is going to give clear tickets, I'm pretty sure. We'll fix the Japanese subtitle display in the Chapter 10 preview video. Apparently that's a big thing that I've seen on Reddit, is a lot of people were like, what the hell, they didn't even translate this for the preview for Chapter 10. We'll move the daily play events to the daily tasks section. So, that's new. I don't recognize that. Boss battle clearing event. Move the daily play events to the daily tasks section. Deathmatch clearing event. Oh, okay. So, Yeah, every couple of days it ends up rotating around, and like there's like different kinds of missions that you can do where it's like, oh hey, like you can, if you clear a death match, it'll give you 2 diamonds, or like if you do 3 normal PvP matches, it'll give you 2 diamonds, or if you awaken 2 equipment, it'll give you 2 diamonds. So they're gonna have this on your daily tasks menu now, so that way you can see it and you don't have to go to your events tab just to check that out. Which that's a nice little improvement, because I feel like a lot of people don't look at that all the time, or they'll end up like overlooking it because they don't end up going to their event tab screen. I know I do sometimes anyway, so that'll be nice for me. Don't know if you guys are the same. So knighthood boss battle Einik, available after 6-7 knighthood reset. Oh no, a lot of people were really hoping that it was going to take a little bit longer for them to convert over to Einik, but it looks like he's coming very soon. So looks like this is going to be the last week that you can really get your your points for your knighthood very easily. So we'll see how that goes. See if anybody comes up with some nice strategies for Einik. Ranking matches available after 6-2 maintenance. How to participate: must have reached Challenger tier after the Fight Festival reset, but before the ranking match calculations. Also able to participate if you reach Challenger tier while the ranking matches are in progress. Challenger tier players can only acquire festival points in ranking matches. Go to see Fight Festival score change info. Oh, it's this stuff again. From one of the other people that I was looking at go over some of this stuff, they were saying that they might be adding top 100, which I think might be what it's talking about. Festival points will be reset to 4,000 when doing ranking match calculations. Your placement will be based on your acquired festival points right before the ranking matches end. Reward will be sent to your inbox after the Fight Festival reset. The top 100 will receive rewards based on their placement. Those not in the top 100 will receive Challenger tier ranks. Okay, so I think what they're saying is that once you reach Challenger, the top Challenger points, like to get into Challenger, is going to be 4,000. Once you get past that, like once you reach 4,000, I don't think you can go any higher than that. You're just going to start having to compete to see if you're in the top 100 maybe. And then depending on how high up you are in the top 100, you get rewards based on which tier you're in. Like I know when I was watching somebody's video earlier, I think they were in like the top 30 position on JP. So I think it was anywhere from like 15 to 30 was a tier, and then 30 to maybe 60 was a tier. I'm not completely sure, but you get different rewards based on where you're at in the top 100. The top 100 players will not be lowered below Challenger rank or Challenger tier from the reset from the calculations. Those not in the top 100 will be reset to Champion 1 after the reset. So that's actually kind of interesting. I guess if you're really wanting to make sure that you stay in Challenger tier to get those extra weekly rewards and everything like that, you want to try to really push for top 100, so that way you can stay in Challenger tier at the beginning of the reset each week, instead of getting put down all the way to Champion 1 and having to work your way back up through just Champion 1 into Challenger. So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal if if you already built your team up and everything, but who knows. Balance adjustments. Hero skills with the single target buff removal effect have been adjusted so that the rank 1 versions carry the effect as well. Before, inflicts damage equal to 220% of attack on one enemy. After, removes buffs from one enemy and inflicts damage equal to 220% of attack. Okay. So, Green Elizabeth, got it. Explosion Guardian Gila. I think this is the blue SR Gila, but I'm not positive on that. Break Grandmaster Dreyfus. Both Dreyfuses are SRs, I'm pretty sure. I don't know which one that is, if it's the red one or the other one. Weird Fang's Ruin and Rimuru Tempest. Okay, so that's kind of nice. I guess now they'll have the removes buffs from one enemy at level 1 now instead of just their attack. So that's kind of cool. Adjusted skills of the Ruin effect. Ruin increases damage dealt by 20% per debuff on the target and removes debuffs. increases damage dealt by, and they changed it to increases damage dealt by 30% per debuff on the target and removes debuffs. So Forest Guardian, this is Green King's Poisoning Guardian, gets that, and now Holy Knight Nuggetto gets that as well. So that's kind of interesting. Skill description edits. The effects themselves have not changed, but the description has been adjusted. Detonation, stance cancel, recovery after debuff removal, and evade. So that is it. Very interesting. That is actually a pretty decent amount of stuff. There's a lot of quality of life in this new update coming out. Obviously, we're going to be starting to get the free summon tickets, which is really cool. Valenti's pretty cool. Blue Merlin's kind of a meh hero. I kind of want her just for, you know, her costumes and everything, but other than that, she's really not that good of a unit. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff coming out tomorrow. I'm interested in the clear tickets and everything for sure. And some of these nice quality of life changes. I actually do really like this change right here where they're adding the stuff to the daily tasks. It's kind of nice. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. I know this actually went on a little bit longer than it should have. I didn't expect there to be this much info. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to stay tuned as I'll try to do some stuff like that. Depending on how many of the tickets they give us at one time, or if they're just going to do it as like a daily login sort of thing, I may end up trying to save some of my tickets and make a video out of that. So yeah, feel free to stay tuned. Subscribe if you want to see some more 7 Deadly Sins content in the future, because I'm going to be making a lot of it. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. So see you then.